Greetings and welcome back to Weird Wizard's Winter Wonderland! Yes, that's right, we're back in the Winter Wonderland and you join me just as the sun is coming up. It is dawn and I'm here to show you the now completed Snowfall Lodge. Snowfall Lodge, look at that, it's got a lovely sign and you can see the lodge beyond it. It's all decked out, pretty much all the rooms are decorated. There are a few that are, still being worked on a little bit here and there. But I've done quite a lot of work on it. I'm not going to show you the building process because, frankly, it's very bitty and very kind of working inside rooms. It's very tight spaces and you tend to be a lot of trial and error and things. So I'm not going to show you the building process of that today. If people want to see me doing interiors at some point in the future, then we can certainly do that. But not today. But today, we're just going to take a nice wander around the lodge. So if we walk up here beneath the Snowfall Lodge sign, this is the new way up. See the stairway that comes up from down there, which is where we assume the minions start from. They get to pass underneath the sign here for Snowfall Lodge. And then as they come up, look, you can either come up here, up these steps and up the sideway, or I think it's probably nicer. I think people will prefer to walk on the snow here. Take a nice wander up underneath this new archway thing here. We've got a couple of flags there. We've got the red wing and the blue wing as designated by red and blue flags. There's also a blue flag just kind of dangling from the top there, which is a really rather nice effect that I brutally stole from the village that I visited one time, the Glade by Storied Past, and I think it works quite nicely up there, dangling up on high. As you can see, I've done a bit more decorative work around here in the courtyard. Also, we've got these lovely sleds, for recreational wheeled sleds, various designs that I was trying to make work so that we could we could go sledding. The idea was this would be like a bit of a beginner's slope that they could sort of sled off down here. I would tidy this up at some point and get rid of this leftover pillar from a previous sign placement. And then they could just head down on these sleds into the thing there. It doesn't work brilliantly. We'll have a bit of a go later, I think. But for now, let's just take a look around the lodge itself, shall we? Like I said, there's the red wing and the blue wing. The red wing is much more finished. So we'll start with the red wing. And there's a few things worth pointing out here. For starters, I have quite a number of mods installed. The demigods, work of the demigods. For example, these doors here and the windows that you'll see elsewhere as well, like the little window coverings, little window hatches. In order to make these doors work, I needed to use stone pillars with then wooden frames that I have built myself out of bits of wood here, because the rounded doorways like this one over here obviously do not work for square doors or oblong doors. But there we go, that's just one of those things. I actually quite like this effect. I really wish we could get hinged doors though. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit embarrassing that we don't have working doors as yet. I'm a bit ashamed to bring people around, to be honest with you, because unless they're a wizard and can magically detach doors and replace them, they're kind of fixed in place. We did have that one working door, obviously, down in the Snowfall Lodge, but I'm not going to repeat that all over the place here, and I think even if I tried, it just wouldn't work. But let's go inside, shall we? Let's head inside and take a look at one of the rooms. Now, this is kind of a special room. It's on the ground floor, but if we go inside, you'll see we've got a nice double bed, or two beds stuck together, as I like to call it. Here, a couple of chests there at the foot of the beds, another couple of chests to act as little sort of bedside tables. A few flags for decoration, a few other bits of decoration. We've got a nice shelf here in case people want to put something on the shelf. But because this particular part of the building has a sub-level, you can actually go downstairs. It's kind of like a little suite, this. Because if we head downstairs, look, here is the downstairs. There's a nice little dining area here. We've got a bit of carpet/rug on the ground. Rugs would also be nice. Where's my bearskin rug, or my deerskin rug, for that matter? I think rugs. Rugs, please. Thank you. Gods of medieval engineers. A few bits of decoration here. These are from another demigod's work. Some gear mod that I have in this universe. A nice little wooden sort of bench/sofa that I've put next to this fireplace. Yet another demigod's work. I like these fireplaces. They're quite nice. If we take a look from the outside, you'll see that there is chimneys attached to a lot of them as well. Little sort of just a little nook here with an extra bed in, just in case you've got extra people. So there's like a double bed upstairs. There's a little single bed in there. But wait, we're not finished. Oh no, oh no. In here we've got a nice sizable twin room. This could actually be probably made into like, you could probably fit 3 beds in here quite comfortably. So this is kind of like the Minion family chamber. The family chamber for Minions. Look, they've got their own little window looking out on the snowy valley far below, which is nice. That's all very nice. But wait, we're still not finished. There is one more little chamber to this suite. It's probably the nicest, although you'll see when we get upstairs, we've got some other nice rooms here in Snowfall Lodge. But if you just follow me through here, in here we have the last of the bedroom chamber things. It's another little nook. It's got one of these arched doorways, which I haven't got around to replacing, so no door in here, I'm afraid. But there is a bed, little bedside table, and a window on snow. It's just a window that leads out to snow. Why? Just because it's there. I was originally thinking that this might be like a privy chamber, or something along those lines, but, well, we don't have privy chambers here, and I think basically people just go and use the snow outside. Don't eat the yellow snow. Come along then. So this is probably, like I say, one of the most spacious suites, but there's plenty of other accommodation for Minions of all standings. If we just head back out to the courtyard and along to the next chamber along, this one also has a proper door, as you'll see. And this is just a nice little twin room. It's fairly modest. We've got a nice little twin room here, 2 beds. Each with their own little storage at the foot of the bed. They've got barrels as bedside tables this time around. We've got more flags. This time, using a little bit of magic, just to vary things up. 1 point's up and 1 point's down. Just because. Nice big chest here as extra storage and a kind of table type thing. A proper table over here for them to sit and eat. A couple of shelves on the wall. A couple of little flags. Another sofa. This one a little bit deeper. A little bit more comfy as well, because look, it has this padded / metal wrought iron cushion upon it. This is like a wrought iron cushion here, but it's you know, it looks all right. I think it kind of makes it look a little bit more sofa-y, possibly a little bit like a padded cushion, right in front of the roaring fire, which is all nice. And this one actually has a balcony as well. Look at this. It's got its own little balcony. It's just a little balcony. I mean, I guess these guys don't have to go out into the snow if they want to use the toilet, because they can just come here and kind of squat off the edge of the balcony in some fashion. At least they would if Minions had to go to the toilet, but maybe I have made them such that they do not have to do such things, because that would certainly be more hygienic. Anyway, let's go back inside. Last bedroom on the ground floor, Red Wing, is this one here. And it's another twin room, as you can see. It's kind of fairly spacious, actually, considering its function. If we were going to make this a dormitory, we could have put a lot more beds in here, potentially. But I wanted to keep... This is like a vacation spot for the Minions, so I wanted to keep it nice. And we've got a fair amount of bedding in here. I haven't actually counted all the beds. But there's a fair number. And if the Minions really wanted to, we could always take this table out and give them some extra beds if they wanted to come and sort of hang out together. More decoration on the walls, as you can see. More shelves and things, more flags. All red flags in the Red Wing. So that the Minions don't get confused. They know where they are. A little bit of decorative rope work here. It's very complicated, obviously, very sophisticated. Nice couple of windows with some nice views. All of the bedroom chambers here, they all have nice views out of the windows, or at least they have windows. Whether or not the views are nice is not absolutely guaranteed. So let's go upstairs. We'll continue looking at the different bedrooms, and then we'll come back downstairs and look at some of the other facilities that the Snowfall Lodge has to offer for people. Starting at the far end, once again, this is, I guess, second floor red room 1, maybe? Anyway, let's go in. Simple room again. This time it's a double. It's nice and small. This one also has its own balcony, and it's got this kind of, like, curtain bit just to curtain it off, because I think when I put this up, actually, I didn't have one of these doorways here. Instead, I had just like an arch, and there was no way of closing it at that point, so I thought maybe it would cut down on the drafts or something. maybe a little bit. But now it's not quite so necessary. This actually has an early iteration of this type of doorway, as you can see, because it has a rounded timber here and no timber on the other wall. So it would still be a bit drafty if I were to close this, I suspect. But yeah, I don't know. It sort of works anyway. It works just fine. And by works, of course, I mean it doesn't work, but it looks okay. This balcony, being a little bit larger, actually has room for its own little fireplace here. Look, its own little outside wood burner and a couple of chairs. Beautiful views out across the valley. Reemthursa, of course, over there, the giant snowman / frost giant, where I live when I'm sort of around here in the snowy Winter Wonderland. Snowy cottage down there as well. I think it might actually be evening already. Look, we've been wandering around here for the entire day, and we've barely even seen half of it. All right, let's continue on then. I'm going to show you every room because I've worked on every room. Look, this one has a massive, great big gear on the wall, part of the Gears mod, which I actually really like these for decoration. I think they really look nice. Also put a wheel on the wall here, another little shelf. Just a single room, this one, and the window. Okay, the view is somewhat marred by the chimney from below, but you know, you can still catch glimpses. You can catch glimpses out there and around the place. There's plenty of torches around the place, so it doesn't really matter if it gets dark. We should be able to see all right. Last room here on the left, or yeah, this is the last bedroom, I think, actually, here. Got a nice long shelf here, slightly better view. There's the roof of the balcony below, just underneath us there. All pretty straightforward. I mean, a lot of the rooms follow the same kind of patterns and things. Now, this is one of the original doors and doorways, because I actually decided it was probably better if this didn't shut, because if we go inside, it's like a storage room. It's a storage room for the ale and other things, so like it keeps it nice and cool by having just an open doorway there. That's my excuse. Anyway, so yeah, there's lots of stuff stored here. We can go up to the next level up there, but we're not going to take that way up because it leads somewhere else. Instead, we're going to take a look at the top level rooms on the Red Wing. Here we go. Up to the top level, and arguably the top level is the nicest level. It's got some of the nicest facilities and some of the nicest rooms. Going back around, we'll start at room 1 again. Now that we're working with wood and plaster construction, you can see the square windows here work nicely for these wooden window shutters, which also lets you cut the drafts down even more if you want to totally shut yourself up. Which is nice. I mean, we've spared no expense. It's you know, it's nothing but the best here. Another reason perhaps why the top floor is the most luxurious and the nicest. Let's head into one of the rooms. So here you go, look, they've got their own fireplace, nice big table here, a bit more rope work on the wall. H for happiness. Let's go with that. H for happiness. Little single bed here, just in its own little nook, which is nice. But if we go upstairs, because we've got these nice high ceilings, because the roof here is so high, we head on up. A little bit of stuff on the wall there, and we've got a nice double bed upstairs, and some barrels, decoratively mostly, and other bits and pieces. Nice views out of the window. This window does actually have shutters on. We'll see them when we go outside. Oh look, you can actually see them now. There we go, look, you can see the windows have shutters on outside as well, which makes them look, I think, really nice actually. I think these shutters, gods of medieval engineers, these shutters and those doors, we need them, or something like them, preferably ones that actually work and can be activated to swing them open and closed. And potentially even like held down to swing them open to the level that you want, so that they're not just fully open and fully closed. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Anyway, heading out of this door, we can head along to the next room along. We'll take a quick look at this one. We've got a nice bit of woodwork here to hold up the balcony above us. Little table. Nice big sofa in this one. Nice big corner sofa, look. This one doesn't have the extra padding. Obviously haven't gotten around to doing that bit yet. It's got its own fireplace again. The tree is encroaching through the window there slightly. That does happen, but we, you know, we protect our trees around these parts. Doesn't appear to be any lighting up here, which isn't ideal. Why don't we put one down? Here you go. Have a torch up here, just so that you can, you know, keep the place well illuminated and things. The extra space afforded by these sloped roofs, or the extra sense of space, really makes these apartments, these holiday lets, that much more spacious and that much more nice. This one's got a little window as well. You can look down on the balcony there. and you know, maybe kids can like spit out there or something. Don't spit out of windows on people though. It's bad, okay? It's bad. Down we go. So that's basically all of the bedrooms in the Red Wing, all of the holiday apartments. The same is more or less repeated in the Blue Wing, but a lot of those haven't been finished up yet, so you can see the doors are shut. If we look at them, the doors are shut. The way is shut. It was made by those who haven't finished it yet, and those who haven't finished it yet keep it. So we don't need to check in there, but it would be largely a replication of what we've got over here. I think the Red Wing is probably going to be slightly nicer, possibly, than the Blue Wing. The Blue Wing maybe we'll try and pack it in a little bit more because it'll have less impressive views looking straight out the back, which we'll go and we can see some of those. We'll take a look at them in a minute. But whilst we're here, look, let's take a look in this, which is like a common room for the whole place. Like this is, you know, anyone can come in here. There's a nice bit of stuff here, just sort of decorative stuff, stonework and things. A few chests and things, which presumably have board games and what have you for the guests, the guest minions to play and engage in. If we walk around, we've also got a couple of sofas here, like a nice corner sofa there. There's another fireplace. It's all very warm and cozy. I really like it in here, I have to say. I think it pulls off that kind of warm and cozy and shelter, especially when it's nighttime outside. Look, and you look outside and it's just all dark and you can see the white snow-capped hills in the distance and things. I think it comes off very nicely. These, of course, are padded sofas, so they're nice. I mean, look at that. Look at that beautiful view. A beautiful view indeed. But the reason this is a common room is because it provides access. If we go upstairs, another little section of the common room up here, we've got another nice roaring fireplace, somewhere for people to sit, maybe play those board games on a table and stuff. Very nice. And then we lead into the only corridor in the entire place, basically. This is the only corridor, and I wanted to make sure there weren't corridors and stuff, but up here, I think it kind of works. We've got a few more bedrooms up here. These bedrooms are not really part of the Red Wing, because they're at the back of the building. And, you know, they're probably going to be the cheapest. They've only got these little pokey windows. They tend to be the smallest. They do have nice high ceilings, so it's not all bad. And you've got to go through the common room to get to them. I've got another one here. Look, little single room, little tiny single room. Looks like dawn outside. Look, the sun's coming up. So there we go. That pretty much covers the accommodation, at least the accommodation in the Red Wing, and up here at the back. Of course, there's far more to this place than just accommodation, but that is going to have to wait for next time, I'm afraid. Until then, thanks all for watching, everybody. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.